Man, they hating on this game. We gonna see if we can keep this shit going, man. I don't know if YouTube, I don't know what they on, but we gonna find out uh, sooner than later. But they sure did hate on the pimp just now. Damn, I don't even see the shit. That's crazy. What happened to the live? I don't even see that one. The one that just ended. That's crazy. I can't even see it. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting it together, man. Give me just a second. Excuse a pimp. Wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. What I mean by that, hit that like button, man. This is crazy. Trying to get this shit together, man. Give me just a second. This is crazy. Okay, hold on. Getting my shit right. Give me just a second. While you hit that like button and wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. YouTube hating on this pimping, but we gonna keep it going. We gonna maintain forward motion on this thing, you dig? I don't know what that was about, but we gonna find out sooner than later. Hold on. Yeah, I could see that, Chandra. Like I was just over there and I seen that people are still in there. Uh, it's crazy how that chat, even though the live is ended, that chat is still open. Bro, Jackson Trades, you already know they can't stop this game, man. Oh shit, hold on. Do one more thing. Oh damn. Do one more thing one time right quick. Hold on. Bam, 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 bam. YouTube is really doing me janky right now because it looks like it looks like I got two lives going on at the same time on one channel. How YouTube got it looking like that, I don't know, but it's fucked up. But they got it looking like I got two lives going on right now, which is like, that's janky. Yeah, the works, man. You know, the Obama internet is holding it down, though. I don't even think it's Obama's fault right now. It's some YouTube shit. I'm trying to like see how I can end this other stream because it's still on. And how it's still on, I don't know. Two lies for a double dose of this pimping. Trying to let me see, man. just letting everybody know in the other one to come to this one. Okay, I just let everybody over there know because it's still 36 people, 33 people over there. Okay, so we gonna try this again, man. We gonna see if YouTube let it rock. I don't know what's going on, man, cause that live still ain't ended. That shit crazy. I mean, it shows on one end for me that it's ended, but then it looks on another end like it's still going. And I don't know how to like end that motherfucker without. Only thing I could do is delete it, but I don't want to delete it though. But anyway, with no further ado, we gonna get into this shit, man. So we gonna start it. Hold on. We gonna start it from the tippy again, though. Okay, so as y'all already know now, with the supposed crypto whale, and we getting into this review, man. Just to sum it up, I'm gonna breeze through it real quick. So this is when they start talking about Rubi Rose. The first 15 minutes of the interview or so is irrelevant to the topic at hand. So we done skipped to where they start talking about Rubi Rose. Here come Adam trying to put his actress hat on, but he ain't doing a good job. Hold on.
Fixation on her?
Yeah, I love that girl. She's
weirdo streaking you.
I mean, I guess I could pull off the weird looking vibe, you know. I mean, they made it look good on the internet, you know, like.
Okay. So what about Rubi Rose though? You have a particular fixation on her?
Yeah, I love that girl. She's my queen.
Yeah.
So as we already went over, man, you know, him saying he loved a girl and that's his queen and everything. We all know that's cap. He trolling, right? He ain't really a fan of Rubi Rose like they saying. You know, of course, I'm sure he finds her attractive, but he ain't on her like that.
Baddie. There's no denying it. But she doesn't do real porn, so like
I mean, I have every image, everything of hers on my OnlyFans account that I purchased, I guess, supposedly.
Okay.
Still trolling. You know what I mean? He about to reveal that he ain't never bought none of her content.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't purchase none of that shit.
But if you want to beat off to Gina Valentina, you can watch a video of her slurping up 9 nuts in a row. Whereas with Rubi Rose, you don't even really get to see a nipple, right? Or are there nipples in the DMs?
See, he don't even know what to say. His freestyle game ain't even cool. You see, he looked like he in the interrogation room when Adam asking him certain questions. You see how he tapping his fingers on the desk, on the table or whatever, you know what I mean? And he like, you know, cat got his tongue. He trying to freestyle. He trying to play the role, but he ain't a good actor neither. You know what I mean? Adam might be a little better of an actor than this dude, but ain't neither. Both of these dudes need to take some acting classes. You know what I mean? The supposed crypto whale, if he gonna continue with this internet thing, and Adam as a veteran internet guy, you know what I mean? You would think by now Adam's acting skills would be a whole lot better than what they is, but garbage.
I don't think there's nipples in the DMs.
See, yeah, that's not right. I figured if there was that they would have leaked on Twitter already.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know they should be leaked on Twitter. You can't even see it on Reddit, you know? But nah, I didn't purchase none of her OnlyFans content.
Rubi.
So he letting you know, and then this is look at Adam's acting job. You know what I mean? Adam is worse than a lot of them actors that be on the movies on Tubi, man. Adam went to the same class that a lot of them Tubi actors went to, man. You know what I mean? Adam, he's in Hollywood, man. He like right there in the Hollywood area, Burbank, right down the street. You know what I mean? I know they got some good acting classes around there, man. That's the acting capital of the world. You know what I mean? The movie capital of the world. Go get you top notch. You got money. Go get you some of them top notch acting classes, man, and step your acting game up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adam is trash, man. Hey, man, acting skills is trash. You see how he held his hand out and he raised his eyebrow? He's like, so this is all a hoax? Boo-boo with the acting game, man. So he's letting it be known that he wanted to take a picture with Ruby Rose and he got paid for it. You know what I mean? So he about to start peeling back the layers and revealing the whole scheme.
It was, you know? And I met up with her. I take this picture. Next day, I'm like the fucking OnlyFans top spender. I knew there was like some kind of thing where there was like, had to do with the OnlyFans top spender.
So it's crazy, right? Because they paid this dude to play a role, but didn't even explain to him in its entirety what the role was. You know what I mean? They didn't even break down to him like, okay, this is what the plan is. They just told him like bits and pieces. You know what I mean? They gave him scenes, but they didn't give him the full script. So he can't even play the role to the best of his ability because he ain't got the whole script. He don't even know all of what the plan is and what's going on. You know, if you're going to involve somebody to this extent, if you want that person to play the role to the best of their ability, you got to have them all the way in the know. And they probably thinking to themselves like, oh, he just some guy. He ain't famous. So we could just, you know, tell him minimal details and, you know, we could still make this happen. But they should have known that putting somebody in this role is going to, even with him being a nobody and he not being internet famous, putting him in this role is going to make him a viral sensation, as it did. So with him being the viral sensation that they made him, of course, you got to expect stuff like this. See, it wasn't no chess played at all. You know what I mean? They was really on some checkers with their whole plan, right? No chess is being played in this whatsoever. Because if you're playing chess, then you can predict that after you put this guy in this role with Ruby Rose, somebody who's been viral plenty of times before, that he himself is going to go viral. And with him being viral, he's going to be highly sought after. A lot of platforms, a lot of podcasts, you know, and things like that is going to want to interview this guy, which he goes on to say later on in the interview that, you know, a lot of podcasts and stuff been reaching out to him to interview him. And of course, as you see, his first interview is on No Jumper, one of the biggest platforms, if not the biggest out of the ones I'm sure that done reached out to him. So, you know, they didn't whoever quarterbacked this whole situation, whoever was the coach or whatever, they didn't plan this out right. They did some real rookie moves. You know what I mean? It was just very unprofessional and sloppy. No game involved. So, you know, if they would have explained things to him a little better, I'm pretty sure he would have jumped fully into the role and played it better. But, you know, he walking in, he blindfolded right now. You know, he trying to feel his way through the dark, bumping into shit, don't know where he going. Because they didn't give him the full plan, you dig?
Be like this, like one of her like subscribers, I guess, on OnlyFans or something like that, right? I was like, oh, okay, that sounds cool. You know, I didn't know it was going to blow up to this big, huge story. You know, they said it was going to be big. And then, you know, I was like, okay, cool. This is kind of cool, whatever the fuck. I was like, when's money going to start coming in? You know, like I was like, I want some money out of this. And then
now you see, he like, when's the money going to start coming in? You know, I want some money out of this. So I'm pretty sure they paid him a fee up front just to take the pictures. And then he's trying to figure out, you know, where's the back end? Can I get some residuals off of this? You know, so that's letting you know right there, like, man, this dude ain't no crypto whale like y'all tried to paint him to be. And maybe if you would have planned this a little better, he could have played it better. And y'all see, it's just so much game that could have been involved in this shit, because you see how Twitter works, right, with Elon Musk. you see the power that Elon Musk got, which is really the power of social media. Elon Musk just so happens to be an example of the power of social media. He's one of the greatest examples. But Elon Musk can tweet an unknown cryptocurrency, and that shit'll be the biggest crypto on the market tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that goes to show you the power of the internet, the power of clout. You know what I mean? Obviously, Elon Musk, one of the richest, sometimes up and down the richest person on the planet. You know, he got tremendous clout. So he can do things like that, but on a much smaller scale. They could have did something with this dude where, you know, you just never know whose hands the shit might end up in. They could have been playing that the crypto role with him to a T, you know, having him play the role, getting his Tom Hanks, Mel Gibson acting job on, and you never know. They might have been able to create a new cryptocurrency, and that shit could have took off and been the biggest thing. You know, you never know. Like, they really underestimated the power of the internet. They really didn't apply no game to this shit. You know, it was some ABC 1, 2, 3, no XYZ involved in the shit. So we gonna see how this shit unfold. But yeah, man, they could have did a whole. And I think that's a bunch of cap. See, they probably told him to say certain things. Like, they probably told him to say that. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody asks, you know, if it does get to that point, if it does somehow get revealed that you're not the guy, you know, you gonna say that it is a guy out there. You're just not him, you know, because that still, to a certain extent, makes Ruby Rose look like that bitch. Like, she got somebody spending $60,000. It's just not him. But that don't make no sense. Okay, let's go with what he just said, right? He said there is an account on Ruby Rose's OnlyFans that has spent $60,000 with her. It's just not him. Okay, why in the world would they go get him, somebody who ain't even a subscriber of her OnlyFans, somebody who's barely even familiar with her? Why would they go get him as opposed to the actual guy? Why wouldn't they go get the actual guy who spent $60,000 if that actual guy in fact exists? Why didn't they go get him? You know what I mean? And then, as you gonna see when he continues, he gonna say that, you know, the text messages were from that guy who supposedly spent $60,000. Again, it's just not him. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a lot of holes in this shit, man, and this shit is sinking fast. You know, and it could have sailed a whole lot further and made a whole lot more waves and shit like that if they played it accordingly and applied some game, man. This is why it's really imperative to have, you know, a game member in your life to some capacity. You know what I mean? It's very beneficial to have some ism somewhere within arm's reach of your life, you know, because, you know, ism, you know, we gonna give you some game. We're going to explain to you how this shit's supposed to go. You dig? They should have reached out to a pimp. I'd have made sure this shit went a whole lot better. Okay, I thought YouTube was on their bullshit again. It was spinning for a second. Let's continue. So he's saying that it was his idea to get a tattoo, you know, but as he goes on to say, he got a bunch of like senseless tattoos, so him getting Ruby Rose's face on his body permanently wasn't no big deal to him. You know, first he was thinking he was gonna get her name, then I guess somewhere down the line he decided to get her a portrait of her face tattooed on his leg, and that's what ended up happening, and that's what made it that much more believable. But, you know, he didn't even get no money out of the shit. I mean, at least not what he should have for that tattoo, as he's going to say. So they didn't even tell him that he was going to be this crypto whale, this crypto billionaire or millionaire, whatever the case may be, right? They ain't even let him know that part, you know? they just freestyling as they go. And again, you know what I mean? Their freestyle game is terrible. You know, they should have did like Cannabis and broke the notepad out, man, because they freestyle game is terrible. And it's like, who's involved in this shit? Because, you know, not only is it imperative to have game, right, but a part of having game and applying the most game is having a mastermind group, a group of, you know, independent thinkers, a group of people with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, experience, you know, a group of smart people that's going to put their heads together and come up with a master plan. They obviously didn't have that. It was probably one or two goofballs, both of which have zero game. You know what I mean? Their game account is on bankrupt. And they came together with this goofy ass plan. And as you can see, it ain't going right. This is crazy, man. I think this is crazy. I think what's going on, right? See, Sepova the Prince, you just peeped what I was about to say, man. Hey, YouTube is cold-blooded with this shit, man. YouTube is cold-blooded, man. They keep spinning me every time I say something. I mean, every time I press play to the interview. So, we just gonna keep it on pause and chop this game because I've already watched the interview. I wanted to review it as we go, but as you can see, YouTube is on some BS with me when it comes to that. And I imagined that if I continue like I did on the last one, they gonna try to end this one, right? So we just gonna chop this game about this situation, man, and we just gonna rock like that. Maybe downgrade the quality of the video. Nah, it's not that. It don't have nothing to do with the quality of the video. It has everything to do with YouTube. You know what I mean? Because like Sepova the Prince said, and that's what I just noticed as well, every time I press play, it starts spinning. It's not spinning on the actual video that I'm playing on the interview. Yes, it's not spinning on the actual interview. It's spinning on the live. Matter of fact, let me just come out of this because God damn, I'm be tripping. Excuse my pimping, man. This shit is, man. I forgot to unmute the microphone, man. I be forgetting it when I switch scenes and shit like that. For some reason, my other scenes don't mute the microphone, but whenever I come back to this one, it does. I got to figure out the settings with this motherfucker or something, man. I'm so used to going to the other scenes and my mic being on already, but every time I go in and out of this one, it mutes my mic. So excuse my pimping, man. But yeah, man, like I was saying, you know, this whole thing wasn't planned out very well. They didn't really apply no game to this shit how they could have and should have, right? And you just never know who to believe. You know, on one hand, you might be thinking like, damn, you know, is dude really a big spender? Because he says on there, as y'all just seen, or maybe you didn't see because it might have spun when I was playing that part, but he was saying that there is an account on Ruby Rose's OnlyFans that spent $60,000 with her. It's just not him. You know? But again, like I said, if it is somebody, why didn't they get the actual guy as opposed to him? So like I was saying, I don't know what his connection is to them. I don't know why they chose him of all people if he's not really a subscriber and a fan of hers, if he's not really familiar with her, because he was saying how he wasn't even familiar with Ruby Rose like that until this whole situation. And then he was saying how he kind of was familiar with her a little bit from something years ago. I guess she said something about people using the N-word. I can't remember exactly what was said, but he said that years ago she said something on Twitter about people using the N-word. And he said he remembered her from that. But aside from that, he wasn't really familiar with her up until this situation, right? So again, it just don't make no sense. If everything really happened the way he's saying it did, none of it really makes sense. You go and get somebody, one, who has nothing to do with the situation, two, who's not even a OnlyFans subscriber of hers, three, somebody who's not even really familiar with her like that, four, you don't give him enough details to play the role to the best of his ability. You know what I mean? Because again, like I said, they should have known if they was playing chess with the whole thing, they should have known this man was going to go viral and that people was going to be seeking him out and he was going to be doing interviews and shit like that, you know? But see, that's the problem with the internet. The internet make people stupid, right? You know, when you don't take this phone screen or computer screen away from your face for long enough and let your brain breathe and let your mind wander and, you know, just have time where you're not taking in so much information at one time, right? This internet make people stupid. So when people do shit, they don't even plan it out. They be coming with these grand schemes and don't plan nothing out, for one. And then two, you know what I mean? To be real, people just ain't criminal minded. See, me, I'm criminal minded. That's why anything I do is calculated. You know what I mean? Now, of course, I ain't perfect or nothing like that. Pimp is has made plenty of mistakes in life. But, you know, when it comes to most things, I'm calculated as a motherfucker, right? And that's just my criminal mind. And understand what I'm saying, right? Because I know some of you squares don't understand what I mean when I say criminal minded. When I say that I'm criminal minded, that doesn't necessarily mean that I plan on committing a crime whenever I do something or whenever I apply my criminal mind to something that it has to be a crime. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I think like a criminal in whatever I do, even if it's not a crime that's being committed, even if it's something perfectly legal, you know, I'm still applying my criminal mind, because a criminal is going to understand everything that he's getting involved in. Before he gets involved in it, he's going to understand how everything's supposed to go right, as well as understanding how everything can go wrong. That's how criminals think. You know what I mean? If a criminal going to rob a bank, they understand what they stand to gain. They like, okay, is this much money in the vault? This is how we going to get in the vault. You know what I mean? We going to go at this time on this day because the least security, such and such and such and such, right? So those are all the pros to the situation. But just as well, a criminal is also going to be thinking about how shit can go wrong. You know what I mean? Okay, if a security guard try to play hero and pull his gun, we going to respond like this. You know what I mean? If the banker get to acting stupid and trying to act like they don't know how to open the vault, we going to say this to let them know that we know they playing stupid so that they do open the vault. Just all that type of stuff. You know, a criminal is going to be, they going to understand how everything can go right as well as how everything can go wrong. Right? So, you know, it's crucial to have a criminal mind. You know, even you know, them business tycoons like a Jeff Bezos and a Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and all them dudes have criminal minds. You know what I mean? They not committing the type of crimes that, you know, that are visible so much and obvious this gonna send them to the penitentiary, but they still committing crimes nonetheless. You know what I mean? And even when they're not committing crimes, they're doing everything in a way where not only do they understand how shit can go right, but they understand how shit can go wrong too, and what to do if shit goes wrong. And they're going to do everything within their power to make sure as much as possible that shit don't go wrong. You know what I mean? So I say all of that to say, you know, these people who put this plan together for Ruby Rose is probably just a couple of dumb people that spend too much time on the internet, that don't exercise their brain enough. You know, they got weak and vulnerable brains, just like people who don't exercise their body got weak and vulnerable bodies. You know, this was put together by a couple of weak and vulnerable brains. You know, they thought about how everything can go good, but they didn't think at all about how shit can go bad. You didn't make this dude sign no NDA. You didn't let him know all of what he needed to know in order for this shit to go the way it was supposed to. And now he on No Jumper talking about how everything was bogus. Y'all didn't prepare for that. And as you can see, on the internet, shit moved fast, so it didn't take him long to go viral and end up on No Jumper. You know, this shit happened like a week and a half ago. It don't take long. So, you know, later on in the interview, like I said, he goes on to reveal that he's not even really familiar with Ruby Rose like that. He don't even really know about her like that. You know, let alone be a subscriber to her OnlyFans. He also goes on to say that he's never paid for OnlyFans content with anybody, not just Ruby Rose, but he's never paid for OnlyFans content. You know what I mean? He let it be known that he's a Pornhub type of dude. You know, he gonna go on Pornhub and do his thing. And then also he let it be known that I guess the person from who supposedly was on MTV for a porn addiction, he says that wasn't him. I guess maybe he don't even really look like the guy, or I don't know. I haven't seen the guy. Maybe somebody in the chat could let me know. You know. Right. Like Mr. PT Glow say, plan to work the plan. Yeah, but they made it like he had a porn addiction when in fact he says, you know, he ain't really addicted to porn like that. He hardly watches it according to him, which, you know, he do look like something like that. I forget the Gooner, I think was the term that Adam used, which I guess a gooner is somebody that sits in a dark place all day with a bunch of TV screens on, watching different porn. You know what I mean? You know, Adam used the terminology of pitching a tent and just going to work on yourself all day, 6, 7 times a day. Now, he do look like somebody like that. He looks like the type of guy that just be, by himself all day, getting busy on himself. But, sometimes looks could be deceiving, so he might not be that guy. But whatever the case may be, man, it wasn't no game applied to this shit. So now you got to wonder how Ruby Rose and her team, who wasn't very smart to begin with, how they going to do damage control with this one. You know what I mean? That's what I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see what kind of damage control they're going to do with this. And the guy, he even went on to say how when he got the face tattoo of Ruby Rose on his leg, he was hoping that he can get at least 15 or 20,000 from it. And see, the way he talks about money, whenever he talks about money on the interview, that's why I'm more inclined to believe him, because his acting skills ain't really that good at all. Well, it ain't even that they really not that good. His acting skills are trash. His acting skills are garbage, right? So we know he ain't a good actor, but he subconsciously talks about money throughout the interview in a way that lets you know that he not balling at all. He talk about paying bills and how he need money for this and he hoping he can make some money. People that's like balling, like Adam, you don't hear Adam talking about, oh, I need to make some money, or I hope I get some money out of this. People this wealthy or at least rich, you don't hear them talking about how they need money for this and need money for that, and they hope they get some money if they do this. But this dude talks like that throughout the interview, letting you know that he's the furthest thing from a crypto whale, the furthest thing from a multi-millionaire, let alone billionaire, how they was trying to make him into, right? So I'm just wondering what kind of damage control they're going to do at this point. Because they wasn't smart going into it. They wasn't even smart enough getting themselves into it, so they definitely ain't going to be smart enough to get themselves out of it. At all. So, yeah, it's just, I don't see it going too good for them, man. Hey, listen, man, you mean to tell me that out of 137 of y'all this up in here, only 110 of y'all wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain? Come on, man, hit that like button, you dig? That like button, man, while I put some of this good old love in my body. Yeah, I'm sure a dude is definitely quite the trick, though. He just like I was saying before, he just he more of a great value trick. He not like a Coca-Cola trick, he not a high caliber trick. He more of a great value, low end on the spectrum trick. But he's still a trick nonetheless. You know what I mean? That's one thing for sure that I know when I see is a trick. That man got trick written all over him. Every tattoo, every article of clothing, everything about him say trick. Tyler Anderson, good looking with the $2 holla. Everybody hit that like button. Let's keep it going. Appreciate you, man. Steve Mayfield, good looking with the $20 holla. Okay. Oh, shit, now. Hold on. Bam. Bam. Oh, shit. Bam. Damn. Okay, there we go. Yeah, man. But see, this is why it's imperative to have some game in your life, because, you know, you got people like a Ruby Rose that could be doing so much bigger things, but she thinks so small. It's sad when you see somebody with so much potential with such small thoughts. Big potential, small thoughts. You know? And for those of y'all who don't know, I did a review on Ruby Rose. You know, I was doing reviews on social media influencers for a minute. I might bring that back, man. If y'all want me to bring back the reviews on the influencers, man, let me know. But I did a review on Ruby Rose last year, right? And one of the things that I was speaking about in the review on her was that she's definitely a clout chaser. You know, because she has a history of dating different rappers. You know, she really into fucking with the rappers. But unlike some females, she doesn't appear to be much of a gold digger. Like, she doesn't seem like she's dating these different rappers for the sake of getting money out of them, right? She's dating these different rappers for the sake of getting clout out of them. You know, so when I watched this interview and it was revealed that everything was a hoax, you know, that it was Bo to the Gus, it wasn't really much of a surprise to me. It wasn't much of a surprise that she, you know, was behind a scheme that was bogus, because she's done certain things for clout before. So, hey, why wouldn't she do this for clout? You know, even though this kind of clout could definitely be heavily monetized if it was played right, but it wasn't even played right. You know, people just don't think when they do shit. Freeze hate being Inspector Gadget. Eloquence is key say, yeah. A Wiz say, bring it back. Yeah, I've been thinking about it, man. I might bring it back. And see, one reason too why my reviews that I was doing on the internet influencers didn't really do too well is because at the time my channel was shadow banned, and I was doing that kind of stuff to try to like offset my channel and get it out of the shadow ban, but that didn't work. I ended up having to do something else later on to get myself out the shadow ban. And my channel ain't shadow banned no more, but it was like probably 2 or 3 months where it was shadow banned. Hey, man, that's why now certain people I don't go after, man. You can't, that's what I learned. You can't roast just anybody, because certain people don't play fair, man. And they'll do everything in their power to get you shut down. And that's what ended up happening, man. I ended up roasting Vivica. You know, shout out to her. Pimp don't want no smoke. I still feel the same way I feel about her though. But I ended up roasting her, man. And the roasting was going good. You know, the short that I did on the roasting was that shit. The short that I did had got like 50,000 views in one day. You know, but that roasting that I did on her, and it was in defense and in honor of Kevin Samuels, long live, because I didn't like the way she was talking about Kev after he passed. You know what I mean? You know, that's another thing that ain't cool about the internet that I just don't like, man. People just think it's so cool to disrespect the dead, you know, and that shit ain't cool, man. I just come from a different time where I don't do stuff on the internet that I wouldn't do to somebody face to face. Right. So, One thing I ain't gonna do is disrespect somebody that's in jail that I ain't gonna run into. And I ain't gonna disrespect somebody that's in the grave that I ain't gonna run into. You know what I mean? That's just me. You know, if I say something about somebody, it's somebody that, you know, if they want to, they could see me. And I ain't gonna run from them. I ain't gonna hide from them. You know, one thing about me, some of y'all that's in here watching right now probably done ran into me in traffic, man, across the country. You might have ran into me in Louisiana. You might have ran into me in Florida. You might have ran into me in Texas. You might have ran into me on the West Coast somewhere. You might have ran into me in Chicago. You know what I mean? You might have ran into me on the East Coast somewhere. You know, I'll be everywhere, man. And wherever I go, I'll be outside. I don't hide. You know what I mean? I'll be out in the open. So, you know, a lot of these people can't do that. Like the name that just was mentioned, Austin White. As y'all already know, he done disrespected so many people. You know, he make it look good on the internet, but he can't just go anywhere he want to and say and you know, maneuver freely. You know, he ain't safe like that because that's his thing. You know, that's what makes him go viral. That's what works for him is, you know, disrespecting people, being a clickbait king, you know? So, you know, Freeze ain't into that. But I say all of that to say that's why I had went in on Vivica because of what she said about Kev. But man, her I don't know what she called her people. You know how Beyonce got the Beehive. What's her name? Nicki Minaj got the Barbs. I forget what they call Meg Thee Stallion's people. But you know, whatever they call Vivica's people, they came for me, man, and they got my channel shadow banned. You dig? So I'm real careful about who I go in on nowadays. Definitely ain't going in on no black women like that, man. I'm cool. At least not to that extent, like how I went, because I really went in on her, man. Like I really went in on her. So Pimp ain't doing that no more, man. You know, people don't play fair. Cause me, you can say what you want about me. I don't try to give people shit striked. I don't give nobody strikes. I don't report nothing. You know what I mean? I don't try to I don't do none of that, man. That's too much like dealing with the police. It's too much like snitching, man. I'm cool. So and then not just that, but you know, most of the people, you know, who interact with each other, we all black. You know, this whole black sector of the internet, you know, even if I don't like you, if I know that this is how you take care of your family, this is how you support yourself and be a blessing to people, I ain't trying to shut that down. You know, but you got some bitter people, man, that don't know how to separate themselves from this internet shit and take shit too personal and be wanting to ruin you, be wanting to end you. You know, and I don't allow people on the internet to be that powerful to make me feel like I want to end their situation, end their livelihood on the net. You dig? But yeah, I was saying all that to say that's when I did the review on Ruby Rose, and I was talking about how she be chasing clout. And as you can see with this situation, man, it's just another clout chasing situation, you know? And it looked like it's going backwards at this point because her supposed crypto whale then got on one of the biggest platforms, no jumper, and exposed her hand. You know, they just didn't apply no game to the situation, man. And as you can see, it is where it is and what it is right now. So the moral of the story is, man, as my brother Sinful to P would say, take the game with you, man. Wherever you go, take the game with you. Whatever you doing, take the game with you. You know, when you thinking about something, take the game with you. When you creating a plan for something, take the game with you. When you executing something, take the game with you. Because if you take the game with you, you ain't going to have to do all this damage control like as we see is the case with Ruby Rose now. Because you already know it's going to be all over the Shade Room. It's going to be all over Hollywood Unlocked. It's going to be all over all these internet platforms that Ruby Rose is bogus. You know what I mean? And all she had to do was, one, lace the alleged crypto whale with everything he needed to know so he could play the role to the best of his ability. And then, two, compensate the man. Obviously, he wanted to be paid, and they wasn't trying to pay him accordingly. I'm pretty sure they paid him a little something just to get him to take the pictures, but they didn't pay him enough for him to play his role all the way through. You dig? Take the game with you, man. You see, man, I'm going to read some of these comments before we wrap this thing up, man. If you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain, please do so now. What I mean by that, hit that like button. He got Trick Ray goggles on. Yeah. We definitely know Ruby Rose got Trick Ray vision for sure. That's why a lot of them chicks be lonely, man. A lot of them chicks be by theyself. Thumbs up for K Red. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah, she's on the honor roll. Laugh out loud. Kaylin, you got jokes, huh? Hey, you ain't never seen nobody make a picnic table look so fly like Freeze did. You know what I mean? Ruby Rose was in London with this great, was texting her. Are you saying you was texting her? Ruby has 100K only on OnlyFans subscriptions. LOL, what a fool. Yeah, that's cool, but she could be doing even bigger than that. You know, people just don't think big enough. You know, why settle for that when you can be doing much bigger things? Bro, can you restore or bring back some of the sins, deleted Eternal Classics? How do we get access to private videos? Some of those got deleted too. Well, I never deleted anything, right? And a lot of stuff was made public again. It's just so, like, I wish I understood how to do it, right? So something that I kind of did inadvertently, I wasn't even trying to do it, but I've been doing it. Some of the videos that were unlisted, right? Because that's what I did. So with YouTube, right, you have three options with your videos that you have on YouTube, right? You can either make them private, you can make them public, or you can make them unlisted. Now, when a video is private, only the person whose channel it is can watch it, right? When a video is public, of course, anybody can watch it. And it's available when you search for it and all of that. When a video is unlisted, only people who have the link can watch that video, right? So what I did when you seen all the videos on Sinful to P's main channel disappear, I just made all of his videos unlisted, right? The videos that he had public on there, I made all of them unlisted. So nothing was ever deleted. They were just unlisted, meaning you couldn't search them, right? But I think if they were in a playlist, which, you know, some people had playlists. I think Robin had a playlist somebody else, a few people had playlists, right, with sinful stuff in it. If you had a playlist, then you was good. But the only other way to see his videos when they was unlisted is if you just so happen to have the link, right? And I'm pretty sure some people had links to some of the videos, but whatever the case, right? So what I've noticed now, because now what I've been doing is I've been making a lot of his videos public, right? So all the videos from last year, all the videos that he did in 2022 that I had unlisted are now public, right? So everything he did last year that was unlisted is now public again, right? But what I noticed in doing that is that some of the videos, when I make it public, they it's like they republish, like they'll give you a notification as if it was a new post, right? Or a new upload. So let's say like he got 5 videos that's unlisted, right? Let's say today I make all 5 of them videos public. There's a chance that one of those 5 videos will show like a new upload and it'll give you a notification as if Sinful just uploaded a new video, right? So that's why some of y'all been getting notifications like it's a new upload, but when you go to it, you'll see that all the live chat is still there from when Sinful went live on whatever video it is. You know, the live chat will still be there. And that's why, you know, you'll get notifications for some videos. Now, if there's a way to do that with every video that I make public, I don't know how to do that. It's just something that happens like a dice roll, you know. So every day what I've been doing, yesterday I think was the first day I couldn't get it to work. But what I've been doing for like the past week and some change is every morning I'll go to Sinful's channel and I'll make videos public, and I'll do it until one of them gives you a notification, until one of them shows like a new upload, right? Like it's republished basically. So that's what I don't know how to do on purpose, is re-upload or republish a video, right? Like it's newly published. It's just, it happens with random videos. At least to me, it looks random. If there's a particular way to do it, I don't know how to do it. So that's what I've been doing every day, is in the morning, I'll just make different videos public. Like I'll make one video public, see if it gives a notification. If it don't, I'll just keep going until one of them gives a notification, like a new upload. And then I'll just do it again the next day, right? That's what I've been doing. So I say all of that to say, a lot of the videos that you want, that you think got deleted, are public again. You know what I mean? First of all, I never deleted not one video on his channel. You know what I mean? Everything that he put on his channel is still there. It's just that everything was unlisted that was public before. Now, a lot of his videos, I would say at least half, maybe more than half of the videos that were private, or I mean unlisted, are public again now. You know what I mean? So if you just go to his videos on his channel and go through them, you'll see that a lot of the videos that you want are there, you know, public again. It's just that you're not getting notifications for all of them when I make it public. It's like different random ones that I make public, you'll get a notification for. And I wish it was a particular way to do it with every video. You know what I mean? Like every video that I make public, give you a notification. I don't know how to do that shit. You dig? As far as his Patreon content, I'm working on that too. Putting things together for that too. I know I ain't been active on there the way I need to be, but yeah, look forward to some new Patreon stuff too, because I'm putting stuff together. You dig? What I got to do with his Patreon is, because bro got like 5,000 posts on Patreon, right? So what I'm gonna have to do with his Patreon is go through as many of them posts as I can, because I know a lot of them posts on his channel, on his Patreon channel, have broken links, like stuff that was so what ended up happening was, bro would create a new Vimeo each time. He'll have a Vimeo and then he'll post something, because bro was posting everything on there. He'll post something to his Vimeo that'll get his Vimeo taken. Something that, got a copyright to it or something like that. They'll shut his Vimeo down, then he'll create another one. Right? So a lot of them posts on his Patreon that you see got broken links to them are posts from a Vimeo account that was taken from him. Right? So what I'm going to end up doing is, with as much of that stuff as I can, I'm going to go through and repost the things that have broken links to them. You know what I mean? Especially his content. Because, bro he was posting movies and TV shows and all that kind of stuff, but I'm gonna probably play with that a little bit, see if I can figure it out, because he understood that better than I did, because I had never did what he was doing on Patreon. But as far as his own original content on Patreon that got broken links to it, I'm going to go through and find all that stuff and then repost it to his Patreon. You didn't delete them. People flagged. That's why they got deleted. Some people subscribe to the Patreon to report his post, which is lame. Yeah, that is lame, but okay, Lojo, yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure. Yeah, that's a big help. That list that you're talking about, for sure, I'm gonna check that out and go to work on that. Right, Malibu Ken say his Patreon was on point. It was like his own Netflix network. Yeah, he was like Hood Flicks. Damn, YouTube be tripping. Come on, man. Why is it spinning? Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Let me know if y'all can still hear me, because it's spinning on my end. Okay, cool. Good looking, Sepulveda Prince. But yeah, you say the Car King say it was the movies that got his Vimeo deleted. Yeah, I remember him telling me that before, that when he would post like the newer movies, like stuff that was like anywhere from brand new to like a couple of years old, like more recent movies, would get his Vimeo deleted. But when he would post like old school classic movies, like because I know he was posting all the old school mafia movies like Goodfellas, A Bronx Tale, The Godfather, Casino, all that type of stuff. I don't think any of those was getting his channel, his Vimeo taken. But when he would post like the newer stuff, the newer movies, because he would post like the TV series, like all the Powers, the BMF and all that type of stuff, that stuff wouldn't get his Vimeo taken. But whenever he would post newer movies, I think that was one reason why his Vimeo would get taken. But I think it was more to it that I probably don't know, because he got several Vimeos taken. So I don't know if all of them was taken for the same reason. I don't know, but I'm going to figure it out though. Whatever it is, I'm going to figure it out. We need some more of them old videos you used to do 2P. Game was and is always giving. Yeah, man, you know what? You know, Pimp back active with this shit, man. I'm gonna do my best to stay active and stay consistent on this thing. So yeah, I'm gonna give y'all what you want, man. Certain things that I ain't did in a minute, I'm gonna bring it back. Okay, I just tapped out and tapped back in. I don't know why it was looking like it was spinning on my end, but I guess it wasn't. Shackboy76, are you working on any new music? Yes, indeed, man. Putting it together for sure. You know, I got to give y'all some heat. Can't just give y'all no anything, man. Pimp got to give y'all some heat. Snazzy girl, what's up with it? How many times a week for the workouts? Every day if I can. I don't plan no off days with the workout. I just I go every day if I can. And of course, you know, it doesn't always work out that way. So, you know, I miss a day maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks or something like that. But I do my best to go every day. Lojo says, everyone needs to watch that Rap Devil Diss review so you guys can really understand everything. It was funny but informative. Yeah, I think that's one of the videos that I just recently made public. Lojo was that Rap Devil Diss review. I think I just made that public recently. I know I seen it recently. I think it was unlisted and I made it public recently. Freeze, Malachi got some ideas for some music he would like for you to check out. For sure, yeah, I'm going to check it out. I got to hit Malachi too. Your music get me up early and to work like I'm still in boot camp. For sure, good looking, man. Appreciate that. Pay the P1. Good looking. We need some of Sin's Samsung lives. When his internet was out of the will of God, laugh out loud. That's when I first started tuning into this game. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember that too, man. When I think it was where he was at the time. I think he had Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi that he was paying for was some bullshit. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. Hey, that Samsung, he rode that Samsung till the wheels fell off, man. You know, because that's one thing about Sinful. Like when he get comfortable with something and he get used to something, he ain't really into like doing new things and doing brand new shit. Like once he get locked in with something, he stick with that. So yeah, he rode that Samsung till the wheels fell off, man. That thing was falling apart, barely staying on. You know what I mean? Only stay on when you got it plugged to the charger. He still was working that damn thing. Oh, man. Oh, Ronaldo Jason, okay, cool. I sent an email to get obituary for sure. I got you. It was when he first moved to that high rise. Yeah. Yeah, because I think he ended up switching his Wi-Fi up later on to where it was cool. But the first Wi-Fi that he had was some bullshit. You know what I mean? Which I can relate to because I've done the same thing, man. I done paid for some Wi-Fi that was some bullshit and was mad that I was paying for it, man. Paying $100 a month for some trash that don't even work. So I felt him on that one. In Cassie's testimony, she said P. Diddy was pimping her out. Can you elaborate on that part of what Diddy is going through? Love Jones, you know, I'll look into it, and I'll probably do a live about that, like a separate live dedicated to that. Cause I ain't really spoke on the Puffy situation like that, but I definitely could chop this game about that. You dig? Yeah. What's his name? I think Gene Deal was trying to say something to that effect too. Was it Gene Deal or somebody was saying something? Somebody was co-signing that he was, you know. Oh no! It was 50. And this was something from like 2010 or something. It was a clip where 50 was saying that somebody sent him some pictures of Cassie getting busy with some other men, and then he sent it to Puffy. Yeah. And Puffy was like, "Where'd you get this?" You know what I mean? Oh shit. But yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. If you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you step to a pimp's domain, please do so on your way out. And as always, man, you know, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in with a pimp. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the questions, the input, feedback, all that. I appreciate the super chats, the cash apps, the PayPals. I appreciate you subscribing and hitting the bell when you subscribe. I appreciate your support in every which way that you come with it, man. Y'all already know I got to put some love in my body on the way out. Freeze, can you give us that the story that day you and Sin ran into Metro at the Cosmopolitan? Yeah, I'm going to get that to y'all. I'm going to do that on a different one, man. But yeah, that was Easter Sunday too. Yep. That's a good story, Lojo. I'll give you that one next time for sure. Yeah, man. You know, Pimp got stories. Hey, man, I damn near was thinking about next time I go to Vegas doing giving y'all a second tour. You know what I mean? Because y'all remember the video I did when I was in Vegas and did a tour of me and Sinful's old stomping grounds. But after that video was over with, I was like, man, there's so many places that I didn't go and so many things that I didn't talk about. Because, you know, Vegas is so nostalgic for me. Whenever I go there and ride around, everywhere I go, I got a Sinful story that pops up in my head. You know what I mean? Like every nook and cranny of Vegas, whenever I go somewhere out there, it reminds me of a situation that me and Sinful was in out there. So one of these days I might fuck around and do a part 2 of me and Sinful's old stomping grounds in Vegas. You dig? Because there's a lot of areas I didn't show y'all, a lot of stories I didn't tell y'all. So I might do a part 2. When the next session, Pete, we gonna be back at it tomorrow, man. We've been on it daily, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. As always, I appreciate y'all. If you're out in traffic moving around, please do so in a safe fashion. And as always, long live the incomparable Sinful to P. We out.